Right? Every time I return to my animation, I want to remind myself what I'm building with my assets, what's the next frame I need for my stage. And so here I've been playing with the background, revealing that, and now I got to play with the skulls. And I think this is when I can start fading out completely the melting skull. Take it down to just 15. And about there. And reveal more completely the Skeletor face. All right. So that's the next frame I want. Click on the topmost layer. Option, layer, merge visible. Command A, Command C. Click on the stage, Command V. Paste it in. Good. Did it change color enough? Yeah, that's fine. Then back to the assets, Command D to deselect, clear the frame all the way back, and build the atmosphere, or maybe start dropping the atmosphere a little bit. Maybe just by taking the opacity of it down. Then going to the background and continuing. Animation has a lot to do with momentum, kind of keeping the same direction. So this was pulling down, pulling down, pulling down, down and around. And revealing, so I'm not going to have any of the melting skull anymore. And I'm going to have Skeletor up to full opacity. Now that's overlay mode. So the one thing I didn't do is really play with the color of the background. Let me do that. And now this is where I might want to start animating my Skeletor. So I'm going to mark it. I'm going to duplicate it first. And then mark it purple. Yep, that'll work. And then I'll do violet. Okay, then I want to play with its mouth, right? I want to have it laughing. So how can I do this really easily? This is very, very simple animation. I'm just going to take this chunk of the jaw. Let's see. Because the bottom jaw is what hinges, right? And I'm going to duplicate that, Command J. And then I'm going to transform it, and I'm just going to warp it from the top down, so it drops, right? And then I need to build behind it the dark space. So I'm going to set that jaw at normal, right? And then behind it, I simply fill it in with black. Actually, I'll just use, I keep forgetting that I can just use my paintbrush when necessary. And then I'm just going to transition the edges of that jaw a little bit with my eraser, just like compositing and blending. I'll take its opacity down a little and start transitioning that in. All right, now, just like that, actually let me merge these two together. Now, just like that, I've got him laughing. Pretty simple. But maybe I can do a little bit more with that same technique because I'm building assets, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to steal his brow and the top of his eyes and between his eyes. And I'm going to duplicate that, Command J. I'm going to set it to normal mode, sitting on top. And then I'm going to transform it and warp it. This is a new layer on top, a new asset. And I'm going to tilt his brow down a little bit. So I could do those alternating, right? Or let's try this. I'm going to mark them both a color. Let's make them yellow. And I'm going to duplicate them, and then I'm going to merge those duplicates. So the other thing I can do is just have them move together so that his laugh looks like this. But I think what would actually look best, honestly, is to have his mouth open when his eyes are open, like this. So what can I do? I can make that into one asset. Merge those together, right? And then when his eyes are squinted, like this, his mouth is closed. Woo! I don't know why I enjoy that so much. Okay. So that's one idea. And let's see what we like. So here, his eyes are open and his mouth is closed. So in this one, what do I want to do for the first step? I want to show his mouth closed, but his eyes squinting, just like that. So that will be the next step. So this frame, I think, is ready. So let's bring it over. So I go to topmost visible layer, option, layer merge visible, Command A, Command C, Command V. And then I go back, I hit Command D to deselect, and delete to clear. Let's see, did I do everything I wanted to do? Yes, and now I can set up the next one. Okay, so we got Skeletor. We've set him up. Now, what's his next facial expression going to be? I think it's going to be this. Wide open. And if I want, I can set it to overlay mode. So that it's lit in a similar way. Or maybe I want it this way, where it's just his mouth that changes first. No, I want it full laugh. What do I think of that? Yeah, that kind of works. All right, now I got to change the background. I'm going to play with the opacity of the atmosphere. Start fading it out more and more. It's kind of clearing away. And the coloring. It's going to change. And it's going to fall away. I'm going to push towards the edges. All right, so this will be my next frame. Topmost layer, option, layer, merge visible. Stage, paste it in. Oops, have to copy it. Command A, copy. Command C, then go to my stage and paste it. Okay. Deselect, clear it. Let's do one more facial expression change. Now to this. And now let's change the background some more. And now I can just start fading this out. Oh, I can't though. That's so weird. It's because it's on the difference mode. So hue saturation. Change it, change it. And pull it down. So now it's just kind of dust on the ground. That's moving. So he's going to have this weird glow about him. I think that's okay. And that will be my next frame. So option, layer, merge visible, Command A, Command C, Command V. Got 28 frames now. I'm almost ready. What does my storyboard say? It's my floating emoji Skeletor, sure enough. But he's not at full strength yet, so now I'm going to try to make him at full strength. So I'm going to open his eyes again and open his mouth. Where's his mouth? I need to simplify these assets of mine. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, I'm going to change this from overlay to normal. Good. And he's at 100% normal now. And maybe I duplicate that and I do an overlay just to make it a little bit more intense. Good. Okay. So now I've got that laughing Skeletor. Put that into a group. And then I'm going to try to get the regular Skeletor. Let's change this to normal mode. Change this to normal mode. There we go. So now these three together, all right, so now I'll just use this. So he's like that now. And then I'm going to have him like this in the next one. And then what should the background be? We're just revealing it now. So what I'm really going to do is just this.